Hi there, how you going? It's Simon here. Today I wanted to talk to you about the importance of chord theory and why, in some weird way, chords really are just like pizza. If that doesn't get you in, what will? Okay, let's kick it off. First up, one of the very first questions I get from a lot of beginner guitarists in my lessons is, we're talking about simple open chords, and we'll play something like this. Whoop. There's a G major. So we've got a G, a B, a D, a G, a D, and a G. And then often what they'll say is, oh, well, I looked that up on the internet there, and I found that this is how you play a G major. So you get G, B, D, G, instead of... And that really sparks exactly the conversation I'm going to have with you today. Really just about why those two chords are the same, but why they sound a little bit different. And why this is a G. 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 Let's hopefully have a superimposed chart about now. Okay, so it should be up now. As you can see along the top, I've got the notes of the G major scale written up, and above them I've given them all a number. These are the intervals of the G major scale. Now it's a very, very simple approach. It's a bit like pizza. Whether you go to a big brand pizza store and you order a margarita pizza, or if you go to your super duper fancy Italian place around the corner, I think what you'll find is that if you buy a margarita, it has pizza dough, some tomato, and some cheese on the top. Let's ignore the fancy basil just for now. Anyway, thinking about the pizza without getting too hungry, what you'll realize is that it doesn't matter whether you go to the big brand chain store or the little cool funky corner store, every single place will have margarita pizza exactly the same, right? So they'll have the pizza, the tomato, and the cheese. All right, so that's exactly like a major chord. It doesn't matter if you have a big deep dish, hardly any tomato, hardly any cheese, or you have a really thin crust situation, or you have loads of tomato, the best tomato money can buy, or cheap tomato out of a tin, or the best cheese, or best mozzarella, whatever kind of cheese it is, it's going to have those three ingredients, and that is exactly like a major chord. Bringing back up our little chart, sound effects, that's definitely my strong point. Bringing up that little chart, you can see that 1 is a G, 3 is a B, and 5 is a D in the key of G major. Now, if we combine those three notes in any order, we could have 1 G, 5 Bs, and 17,000 Ds. It would be G major. If we had 5 Gs, 1 B, 1 D, it's a G major. If we have 7 gazillion trillion Gs, 1 B and 1 D, it's going to be a G major. So you can see that it doesn't matter the combination or the numbers of those notes that we have, it's always going to be a G major. And this was a fundamental thing when I was first learning the guitar that I discovered, and I just blew my mind. It's still one of the most exciting things I find about music. The fact that the rules really, really are very inflexible, which is great for learning. Great for learning. So as you go through different kinds of chords, what you'll realize, you'll sort of hear that sort of thing, G sus4 or G7, and all of those notes, the 7s, the 4s, the 9s, the 11s, the 13s, they're just the intervals of the scale which are popped into the chord. And really, all you need to do is learn the different formulas for these chords. So for major is 1, 3, and 5. Minor is 1 flat third or a minor third and 5. So how do we work that out? Well, it's G, a flat third, which is B flat, and D. That would be G minor. Now, of course, you apply that across any key, C major. And you'll see that here, we've got a C. Now, it's C, E, and G. C and E. So with our newfound mad chord theory skills, what you'll see is if we put a little G on the top here, my slightly out of tune guitar, you'll see that it's still a C, but this is not the sort of standard C that you see people play when they first learn the guitar, right? You're just adding that G on the top. So that is it for today. It's a very, very simple lesson. You just got to try and learn these formulas. I'll attach a little file in the description that has a whole bunch of them. And, you know, once you've learned the major scales in each key, you can just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the top like we did on our chart that I showed you before. And you can work out all of these chords and kind of come up with your own little versions. So, you know, triads. All G. And so that really adds something to your guitar playing. So instead of being stuck all the time with, you know, we could play, which is a bit more exciting. So G, C, G, C. Okay. All right, so that's it for now. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. This is a bit of a departure for me, doing a sort of straight to camera YouTube style video instead of a lesson video about a song. So let me know how we went, and hopefully I will see you next time. Thanks, all the best. Cheers.